Welcome to the 700 Club. The Israeli military and the government are united in their goal of finishing off Hamas. That's the word from both sides, after headlines saying the two were divided over their approach to end the war.
Meanwhile, Israel continues to face fire from Hezbollah in the north. The terrorist group has so many missiles, Israel's Iron Dome defense system may be overwhelmed. Julie Stahl has the story from Jerusalem.
The IDF's main spokesman, Daniel Hagari, appeared to question Israel's ability to wipe out Hamas in an interview with Israeli Channel 13.
Hamas is an idea. Whoever thinks we can eliminate Hamas is wrong.
He said the way Palestinians in Gaza think about Israelis has to change or the violence will continue.
This business of destroying Hamas, making Hamas disappear, it's simply throwing sand in the eyes of the public. If we don't bring something else to Gaza, then at the end of the day, we will get Hamas.
The IDF quickly put out a follow-up statement saying Hagari was talking about how hard it is to eradicate Hamas as an ideology and an idea, and added the military is behind the Israeli government's goal of wiping out Hamas's ability to physically govern or fight. The Prime Minister's office said the IDF is, of course, committed to this goal.
We will not leave the Gaza Strip until we return all our hostages, both the living and the dead. We're doing this mission and also many other missions, and for now, it's better to be silent about it.
But sad news about the hostages reportedly left in Gaza. The Wall Street Journal reports U.S. officials suggest as few as 50 of them may still be alive. And a new development in another controversy that's been in the headlines, Netanyahu's accusation that the Biden administration has been withholding weapons from Israel, which the White House has strongly denied. Two Republican senators are saying the administration really is slow-walking the weapons transfers. Republican Senator Tom Cotton wrote to the White House, "Your administration is engaged in bureaucratic sleight of hand to withhold this crucial aid to Israel during a shooting war," saying the White House is covering this up with weasel words and bureaucratic process. Tennessee Senator Bill Hagari also wrote, "The White House is mad because Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is telling the truth." Meanwhile, despite widespread allegations of famine in Gaza, two Columbia University professors studying the issue say plenty of food has gone into the area, enough to feed every person there daily. The professors stated the United Nations and International Criminal Court are using famine that never was, hoping to stop the war. And in northern Israel, an all-out war with Hezbollah seems to be fast approaching as the Jewish nation suffers from almost daily air attacks on northern Israel and a displaced population of 80 to 100,000 people. With Hezbollah's more than 150,000 missiles, U.S. officials worry Israel's Iron Dome could be overwhelmed, leaving the Jewish state more vulnerable to rocket attacks. And while the world focuses on Israel's current battles, the Washington Post is reporting Iran is producing nuclear fuel so quickly it could accumulate several bombs worth of nuclear fuel every month. Iranian leaders have long threatened to wipe Israel off the map. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, my fear is there'll be a much wider regional war that will erupt, and it'll all be sparked by Hezbollah and these rocket attacks. The times are very serious. And if Hezbollah continues to fire these rockets and Israel being forced to go into southern Lebanon, will Hezbollah then fire against Cyprus? That's their current threat. They did it just the other day. Will Iran get involved? If Iran gets involved, will the U.S. get involved? Will Europe get involved? Will Turkey get involved? Will Egypt get involved? Will Jordan get involved? All of these are open questions. This is a time to pray for the peace of Jerusalem and the peace of Israel. These are incredible times that we're living in. In terms of what the real enemy is, you can point at Hamas, you can point at Hezbollah. But we also need to shine a very bright spotlight on radical Islam. And whether you call it Al-Qaeda or ISIS-K or Muslim Brotherhood or Hamas or Hezbollah or Palestinian Authority or Fatah. You look at all of these different groups, and they're all united in a hatred of Israel and a hatred of the Jews. And they're very serious. When they say from the river to the sea, they really mean it. They really mean that they want to wipe every Jew off the planet, and particularly in Israel. But let me add to it that they view Israel as the little Satan and you and I as the great Satan. So if we don't stand with Israel now in her desperate hour of need, what do we expect to happen? If Israel can no longer stand, well, their next target will be you and me. And so right now we need to recognize that and say, we stand with Israel.